Hey guys, welcome back to the channel in Melbourne, Australia. Wow, check out the wax jambu here in the driveway in the front, where I had the frost cloth for the last, let's see, June, July, August, September, 4 months. I took it off yesterday when we had our 25-degree day in the morning, and look what else is new, guys. I got some well, actually I got a lot. I got a lot of wood chips from my awesome neighbor. Yeah, how nice is that? Remember I told you he cut down 3 huge pine trees in his backyard? Well, that's fantastic for him, and for me too. And the added bonus was this mulch. So he's been bringing over what do you call those, wheelie bin? Yeah, wheelie bin after wheelie bin of mulch. Well, only 2 so far, and he's promised me 5. So we're going to get 5 wheelie bins full of wood chips for free. How cool is that? So I already started with a couple around the mango tree, the glen. I just piled it on top of the mulch. I didn't clear the ground first. I just put it on all the cuttings, right? So it's going to eventually break down through the cuttings gradually. And I did it with the wax jambu. This is today. I did this morning. And with jackfruit, right? And I've been careful so it doesn't sit up against the trunk. I know some of you will mention that. Thanks for pointing out these things, guys, right? Because sometimes I forget. Hang on, what's that there? Oh, that's just a stick. Yeah, so that stick was rotting up against the trunk of the jackfruit, right? So sometimes you just got to be on top of things. I mean, this is just, a minor thing. I don't think it's going to rot the jackfruit, but it's always good to check down here what's going on. You don't want to lose a tree after 10 years for something as silly or avoidable as that. Yeah, anyway, so that's the great news. I've had and I'll show you the trees too, how they look. There's the damage from the cold from winter. I'm going to cut that off shortly. And just minor things like these dead leaves, but overall the tree is looking great. So the glen is doing great. Mulch. I didn't mulch the pineapple guavas and the Suriname cherry and the lime. These don't need any more help. They're actually, I'm having overgrowth problem with these trees. 1, 2, 3, 4 overgrowth. I can't stop this from growing, guys. Look, this is West Indies lime or key lime. I want to stop it from growing. Any ideas how to stop this from growing, guys? It's just too vigorous. It's way too vigorous. The same with the feijoas. So the last thing they need is more mulch. No way am I gonna pamper them anymore. Look, it's full of fruit buds coming on the feijoa, right? Thousands, trillions of them. So I don't think it needs any more help. All right, so we've got some more mulch here underneath the Suriname, the papaya, and the black gold jackfruit. I left that covered. Oh, by the way, I removed all the covers yesterday as well, except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I left those 5 covers on, probably until the end of October. And we'll see how we go then. I might replace them with shade cloths. They're the 5 trees that don't like direct sun because they're young. They're really small, right? Once they get big, then of course it's different. But this baby jackfruit cannot take direct sun. Nor can that baby jackfruit. And over there I've got we'll get there later. We'll get there later. So yeah, there's some more wood chips there. Oh, I uncovered the rose apple. Everything got uncovered except the 5 I showed you. So yeah, just remove those weeds. The birds of course are gonna go to town and make a mess here. I just finished blowing this with a blower, and tomorrow it's gonna be a mess again all the way down. The little bastards. But birds are gonna do what birds are gonna do, right? So this is the rose apple after 4 months undercover. Wow, talk about super healthy, just like the wax jambu. I don't think I'll cover this again next winter. I think once it gets to 1.5 meters, 1 meter to 1.5 meters, it'll be fine. Unless we get a crazy winter, I don't know, guys. So this is the KP seedling, which you saw in a recent video, waking up, doing awesome. He got a lot of wood chips. Again, the wood chips are piled on to mulch, heavy mulch, like banana leaves and yeah, basically leaves, dried out leaves, like this, like that there. So the wood chips are sitting on the mulch. So it's going to be a gradual breakdown. And again, I checked around the trunk that we don't get the root rot from the mulch. All you need is a good downpour for 3 days in a row, and that could rot the collar here, right? But remember, this is raised. This is a raised bed, right? We've got about 6 inches off, actually even more, because this paving is another 3 inches, so almost 10 inches above grade for this baby here. So that's not going to rot, it's just going to go straight down. The other wax jambu, this is what do you call it? Hero, superhero. This guy survived without a cover at all. No frost protection at all for this guy. Can you believe it, guys? I dumped the wood chips up against the trunk, which is not good. It's just the way they fell. So I have to sort of clear that. That's just the way it fell when I used the shovel. I just shoveled it on there. But guys, this guy's a champion. He survived 4 months of bloody freezing cold weather. I think he'll survive a little bit of a collar rot. Yeah, here's my champion tree, this one. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Yeah. Champion tree, a hero. A true hero. I love trees like this. Yeah. Alright, that'll do. This is the other jackfruit, the J33. Look how skinny the stem is. It's almost like a little, what do you call them? Those little brushes that you use to pollinate flowers with. Tiny. I might as well clear that too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Clear that. Alright. See guys, it's all these little things that... Anyway, there's the Florigon. I uncovered that too. The strawberry guava. This one, which is what's the word? Unkillable. This falls into the same category as an apple or a plum, cherry. Can't kill this. I shouldn't have wasted my my wood chips on it actually, but I did anyway, just to help it out, just to give it a help, because it's only been in the ground for 9-10 months. It's a new tree. Yeah, just give you a little help, buddy, and that's the only help you're gonna get for the entire season. So lap it up, lap it up. All right, so yeah, and with the Florigon is very limp. You'll see that with all the mangoes, all the grafted mangoes, but they'll pop back up once we get some rainfall, right, and heat. We're gonna have some cool weather coming up this week, back down to 18, 19, right? But that's not cold, that's just cool. And the night temperatures will remain, thankfully, above 8 Celsius, so mostly around 10, 11, 12. I've got to tie him up properly. That's a crap job there. He's got a stake, but I want to tie him up to these 4 posts. And as you can see, he tried to flower over winter, and of course, no way, Jose, was that going to work? But the important thing is he made it. He survived 4 months of winter for the 2nd year in a row. Right, he's going into his 3rd year now. So I hope he's going to grow, because he's like stunted. After 2 years in the ground, he's barely 1 meter. So he better get growing. Oh, and here's the what do you call it? Hang on. The neighbor's mulch. Yeah. Thank you very much, neighbor. These are the kind of neighbors you want. These are the neighbors you want, guys. These are the neighbors you dream of. Not only because he shared this with me, which he didn't have to. I didn't ask for this. He asked me, would you like some mulch? Right? You want the dream neighbor, not only for that purpose, but for many reasons, guys. For many reasons. All right, I'm not going to go into that right now. What else? I cleaned up the bananas. I took off all the dead leaves, right? Yeah. The hedge here is coming back. See all the growth? So yeah, October is the growing season, fully resumed, even though it's not, well, here in Melbourne it's not 30 degrees like it is in Sydney and Brisbane. We're still down in the low 20s. Even though it's a lot cooler here than up there, the growing season is in full steam. Look, when you see the hedge like this, that means the season, the pushing season has commenced. All right, I uncovered the frost cloth on everything, like I said, except for the papaya, the mamey sapote, and the canistel. Those 3, and the 2 jackfruits. Right, papaya, because it's you saw it in the previous video. It was just a stick. So what I want to see before I uncover it is some growth. I want to see some push. Once it pushes, I'll take off the cover, probably at the end of October, because we're still going to get the nights. The problem is the nights, not the daytime. The nights here are, like I said, between 8 and 14. That's still a little on the cold side for tropicals, not for figs. Not for these guys. No, for tropicals. So yeah, the mango here, the KP, turned out pretty good. No damage at all. This is the only damage, this leaf here. That's it, on the whole tree. And I can see it's starting to push up there. New growth. Very, very, very slightly. You can just barely see it. And that's about all on him, nothing else. Yeah. So that's it. Also his 2nd winter, with flying colors. All right, next. I'm having problems with this lemonade tree. Not only is he full of, what do you call it? These nasty buggers. He's also very yellow. So I gave him some of that new kelp that I shared the other day on the video. Seaweed fertilizer. It looks like I have to give him some more. It does this every year. Every year he comes out of winter looking like a sook, whereas the other citrus doesn't. Right? Look. Why isn't this citrus yellow? Not only is it not yellow, look at this. It's gone to town with new growth and flowers. See the difference, guys? They get the same treatment. It's not like, oh, you should have done this. Oh, you didn't do that. Come on, guys, quit that. There's nothing. It's got nothing to do with what I did or what I didn't do, because it would have shown on this tree too. Why isn't this tree suffering? Huh? Yeah. Now this lemon tree is also on the verge of being a little yellowish. He's like halfway between the lemonade and the blood orange. So he might need some more kelp. Give him some kelp. It's a mineral issue. They need more minerals. And he's got a lot of the, gee, I keep forgetting the name of that damn thing. A lot of these. A lot of them. And strangely enough, the blood orange doesn't have any. Right next to him. He's got none, and he's got 100. Go and figure that out. All right, so there's the other mango tree, the other KP seedling. You know, the one I tip pruned up here, and you guys, some of you guys went off at me that I should have put sticks, right, on the stakes to make the stakes taller. But look, guys, there's no damage. There's no damage up here. Look, it's getting new growth. Let me show you. Look at this. Look where I cut it. Hang on, let me go around. Look. New growth where I cut it. Well, just below where I cut it. And here, look, where I cut it. Look at that. This is just to prove that you don't have to freak out with certain things, right? It still came through with flying colors. It's doing bloody awesome. Yeah. But thanks for the what do you call it? Thanks for the concern. All right. I remember the name of this mango finally after taking off the cover. The name completely eluded me. All right, before we get to him, hello. It's my neighbor going for a walk. Before we get to him, I want to show you the collateral damage, guys. This is the blackberry jam fruit that we lost in June. He was dead in June, at the very, very beginning of winter. And I've done the scratch test all the way to the bottom. In other words, you know what that tells me? This is a dud. I'm not going to give up. A tree that gets protected from frost and wind should not die like this. This was a dud. 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 You're a dud. You're a dud. And this other little guy here, he died at the top. This is the peanut butter fruit tree. He was alive all the way until the middle of winter. And then in August, he freaked out. But the good news is, guys, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive. Look. Right? Yeah, he just lost his leaf. So he'll come back. So even though he's a dead stick, he'll bounce back. Wow, talk about just scraping by or scraping through. Now that one there is another dead duck. That's the only mango that I lost. And by the way, he was a goner before winter. Well, he was alive before winter, but He was on a downhill spiral because I transplanted him from over there. That wasn't a good place where I had him, behind the bacon avocado. Very tight in there, basically, I had him. Now, I don't know if he would have done better if I had left him there, maybe. See, there's a fig tree there too. You got a fig, you got a Peruvian apple cactus, you got these bananas, you got those bananas over there. You got a lot of things going on. So I thought, not a good place for him. So I put him over here, where there's a lot more room, right? A lot more room. And he went downhill immediately. That was back in summer last year. So by June he was dead. Yeah, just like the blackberry jam. So him and him are the two dead ducks in the whole garden. Out of 200 trees, we lost these two. All right, now the ones that passed with flying colors, A+. Look at this. This is the Indian mango, the grafted Kesar. Let's see if I have that right. Kesar, yeah, jumbo Kesar. Oh, so there's just a plain Kesar and there's a jumbo Kesar. All right. I think I got this from Ross Creek. Yeah. So gotta remove that. These yellow stickers, I don't like those. Oh, and he still got his tape on there. See the grafting tape? Hang on. Look. I don't know if I should take that off. After what, 2 years, 3 years? How long has it been? 2 or 3 years. I've had him for 10 months or 12 months. Anyway, look how he's doing, guys. Isn't he just flying? And he had no cold damage at all. Wow. Except for this here. What's this? I'll just cut that off. That there. See that one branch there? This one? Just probably take that off. That's all. Not bad. Not bad considering, look, it's getting new growth all over. And in here. Pretty wrapped. Look. Oh, and here. Wow, what a champion. He's coming back from all sides. Amazing. Kesar. All right. Back there, not as good. That's the Alfonso. The Alfonso took a hit. And I don't understand why. Before winter, the Alfonso was doing better than the Kesar. The Kesar was behind him, right? He was in the front. He was speeding ahead of him. And at the end of winter, he overtook or passed him. All right, let's get closer to the Alfonso. He's not dead, but he got hit real hard. He got hit real hard, guys. Okay, so where do I start? He got hit from that point there, where it's getting new growth. A lot of new growth coming. And he got hit here. On this one, hang on. On this branch. And he's getting new growth there too. Right? New flush. But it looks like he's getting new growth here too on the tip. Right there. Looks like it's pushing the very, very tip. So maybe this will come back. This branch. The one that's half black and half green. Half black and half green. Yeah. And this one here is also half black and half green. And I can see, hang on. Yep. I can see there's a possibility of something going on here. Maybe. And definitely here at the top. Looks like something's gonna push from the tip. So maybe this arm, this damaged arm, will recover. And if it doesn't, we have all these guys down here, right? Yeah. So overall, it's not the end of the world. It's just that he didn't pass with flying colors. He gets I would give him a C. You get a C, buddy. You didn't match your brother, your Indian brother, the Kesar. Not even close. The Kesar got an A+, C+, A+. See, guys? So, the same amount of protection. Well, he got wrapped better. He got wrapped down to the ground. He got wrapped, not down to the ground, but I left the frost cloth above the ground. Maybe all that nasty wind we got over winter was the difference between the two. I don't know, just a guess. All right, next we have the R2E2 grafted mango, which I also uncovered, and he came out with an A+, A double plus. He did the best out of all the mangoes, which I'm really surprised to see, because it's grafted. And as I've said 100 times, guys, grafted mangoes don't do well here. Well, for me. I'm talking about, now again, I'm not talking about heated greenhouses or growing trees in your kitchen, right? I'm talking about outside here in the ground. In the ground, guys, just with a frost cloth. I've had no luck with grafted mangoes. Because the whole idea for me is to get them in the ground. I don't want to grow trees in the house or in the greenhouse. I don't want to do that. Now, some of you are doing that, and with some great success. That's awesome. That's bloody-tastic. But I tried that, guys, 20 years ago. And the results weren't that good for me. For whatever reason. Maybe I wasn't experienced enough, right, back in 2010. But now that I have the experience and my lifestyle has changed, right? I never used to travel back then. I was always home in winter. So even though I was home to check on them, I still had poor results for whatever reason. So now I have to grow them in the ground. I have to. Because in winter, they need to be cared for in the greenhouse or inside the kitchen. All right, so this one here, look at this, guys. What's this? Wow, it looks like he's gonna wanna do some boogieing this summer. Now, what else? He's got this as well. That's nice to see. A nice push from the side here, right? And it looks like it's got a few more coming. You got 1 and 2 there, 3 pushes there coming. So yeah, he gets an A+, A++. And again, guys, by the way, I haven't put any of my neighbor's wood chips on any of these trees. I only did the driveway because I wanted to stop and film this for you guys. Oh, and before I put the mulch down, look what I've done here. I cut down a bunch of bananas a couple of days ago that were here, and I froze it. They're all in the freezer, the bananas. I don't know if you guys remember, I showed you there was a rack that was ready when we got home a couple of weeks ago. So I cut that down, and this is it. This is it here. And I cut away 4 pups, 1, 2, 3, 4 pups back here, because they were growing up against the fence. See that in there? There's the big mummy, the mama that I cut down. So I took out the pups that were up against the fence, and they were all leaning over there. So I thought, no, we're not going to have anyone leaning over there. There's the bungee cords that saved the day over winter during those storms. Right, guys? These are your best friend, my best friend. Yeah, better than what do you call it? Better than the supports, you know, the wooden supports. Better than those, even better than those guys. So now what I'm gonna do before I put the mulch onto the tropicals, I'm gonna do this first. And I've already started with one banana. Look, I just cut up this. This is the original banana, the mother that I harvested. I'm gonna pile her up on the sapodilla, on the R2E2, right? 1, 2, I've done this one. This one's done. 1, 2, 3, the canistel. I haven't uncovered the canistel either because the canistel is the biggest sook out of all my tropicals here, right? He's got a bit of, I checked him and he's got some dead growth at the head. The head is dead. Can you believe it? The head is dead with all this frost cloth. I can't believe that he got hit with a cold. And the sapodilla didn't. Huh? Look at the sapodilla. It's even pushing out flowers. Look. Look at that. And he wasn't even properly covered. If you remember, he had a back door and a front door down here at the bottom. And he's doing great. He's doing really great. No cold damage whatsoever on him. I'm going to show you the other sapodilla that I have in the backyard. He did get some cold damage, which is very interesting. How the other sapodilla got cold damage and this one didn't. Strange. All right, what else? The lychee in there is doing okay. That little fella in there. Look how green he is. Look how green his leaves are. Can you believe it? That doesn't look like it's coming out of winter. It looks like it's coming out of summer. Amazing. What else? You saw the Mamey Sapodi. He's got a lot of recovering to do and a lot of growing. I need to water the avocados, this one and that one. They're really thirsty. I've been so busy that I haven't had time to water them. They're literally gasping for water. Again, oh, looks like the shepherd fell. Yep, it's soft, ready to go. It didn't rot like the bacon. When the bacon fell into the bag, it rotted. Over here, back in August, they fell and they rotted. So it looks like the shepherd is better than the bacon when it comes to that aspect. Yeah, okay, let's move on. You saw the Jala avocado, but you didn't see that mango, right? The one that everyone loves to hate. Everyone's most unfavorite mango. Just that reason alone is a good reason to have it. I like going against the wave, guys. I love going against the wave of the majority. I've always been like that since I was a kid. Let's see you. Huh? The most hated mango tree. How did he do? Oh, and the name? The name, now we know the name because I can see the label. Yeah, that's the name. All right, so he got an A+ as well. But he was covered with a frost cloth, right? So you got growth there. You got growth there. What else? I got to tie him up because he's not tied up. Hang on. He's loose. And today we're having nasty wind again. Oh man, the winds aren't stopping. I don't know what's going on in Melbourne with the wind. Oh, there's one damaged leaf. Just one. I'll take the plus away. You just give him just a straight A. Sorry, guy. You're not going to get an A+ like the R2E2. Let's see. We've got all this growth in here coming. Right? All these flowers pushing. And what else is going on? Oh, and in there's something going on too. Oh, I didn't know he had two leaders. Huh. 2 leading branches at the top. Maybe I should remove one of the 2. Yeah, we don't want that, do we? Top heavy. Well, it's still early days, we'll see. Oh, and he's pushing there as well. At the bottom. Nice. Yeah. Fan-bloody-tastic. On the, what was his name again? I forgot already. I forgot his name already, guys. I just can't retain his name. Yeah, that's the name. All right. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here with two massive trees growing together. The giant avocado and the giant mango. You know what this means, don't you? It means survival of the fittest. Who's going to survive? This is like a test. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll find out in time, right? So as I was saying, I'm going to cut these up and feed them to the relevant trees and then pile my neighbor's wood chips on top. So the wood chips break down last instead of first. That's the plan. But I've got to water these avocados. Wow, they're dry. Dang. All right, what else? I think that's all. Oh, the back. Let's go to the back and see the mangoes there that I uncovered. Where are we up to? 30. Does that say 38 minutes? Oh man, I don't want to make a part 2 again, guys. I like to try and fit everything into one part. Check out the Hawaiian Supreme. Oh my god, over 100 fruit, and these come in summer/autumn, which is bloody awesome. All right, Kara, the black sapote seedling, the young one. Oh, two custard apples there. Looks like they're almost ready. They're not usually ready till November, but these two look like they're gonna fall early. That's the Paxton Prolific. You saw the Baldwin mango, the seedling, in the past video. So as a refresher, that got an A+. Well, not a plus, just an A. There was a few dead leaves on it, but I'm being very pedantic. It really deserves an A+. See how it's a little yellow? How the leaves are a little on the yellow side. Not lush green like that. They're more like that. It probably just needs a good kelp feed. Some not sea salt. I'm not doing sea salt, guys. But kelp from Aldi. I think Bunnings sells that too. Yeah, so yeah, that's doing great. All right, let's get moving. There's the Hillary White. She's taller than me now. Atemoya. Oh, and you guys saw the main black sapote. Wow, what a beast. And the fruit is really sizing up. The largest fruit I've ever seen on the black sapotes here. That one up there and that one over there. They're almost the size of cricket balls. Those two. And they're not even done yet. So yeah, we're getting some nice size chocolate pudding fruit here in Melbourne. And there's 100 of them. I said 50 last time, there's actually 100. That's a lot of bloody black sapotes, guys. All right, so where are we going next? But great news on the mangoes, right? Yeah, guys, that's what happens when you do the right thing. It pays off. It eventually pays off. It's not 100% perfect, but as close as you can get in our climate here, which is 5 months of brutal cold, Australian brutal cold, not Swiss. Because a lot of you guys are still telling me, that's not cold. That's not cold. Yes, it is. In Australia, anything below 20 Celsius is considered cold, guys. And for tropical fruit trees, anything below 15 Celsius is considered cold. Hello? So from a European perspective, Northern Europe, this is bloody amazing. This weather is amazing that we have here. But from a tropical viewpoint, it's cold. Ask these trees here how 15 Celsius maximum feels. 15 Celsius for 5 months. And you don't want to see what the answer is. The answer is not pretty. Actually, here it is. This is the answer. That's what trees look like with 5 months of 15 Celsius maximum and 0 to 5 Celsius at night. That's your answer. See? We're not in Switzerland, guys. We're in Australia, mate. All right, a lot of talking, blah, 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 right? Quickly, I'm gonna keep this under 1 hour. Just gonna show you the trees that were covered here. The wax jambu, you already saw that. It's fully uncovered now, it's all gone. That gets an A, not an A plus, because it still has just a little cold damage, not much. We're talking again pedantic. So it gets an A. The one in the driveway was A plus, it didn't have any damage at all. So yeah, wax jambu can survive when it's properly covered. Actually, even not covered. You saw the one that was not covered at all, it survived. Now here, this is the king Thai. You saw the damage on this, right? So he doesn't get an A, he gets a B. That's a B because he's got this whole thing damaged here. Sorry, I would have given you an A if it wasn't for that, but he gets a B, right? He gets a B. In new growth, yeah, very, very minor new growth coming. You saw that already, but that's a good sign. It's better than that. Yeah, and of course there too. It's going to take some time. It'll take about a month for this to wake up. Next, the what's your name? Palmer. But Palmer is really happy. I want to give him an A plus as well because of there's no damage. Not one single leaf is damaged. But I can't give him the plus because of this droopiness. What's all this droopiness? Guys, what's all this? No one answered the question I asked in the last video. What's caused this? Is it the cold or the lack of moisture? And by the way, I did water all these mangoes with 1 liter of kelp, watered down kelp mix. And the soil, the water went straight through. It didn't even have a chance to sit. So I did a great job in amending the soil when I planted these trees. So yeah, that gets an A. The, what is it again? Palmer. I just can't retain some words, guys, because I'm thinking of a million things, not just the Palmer. Oops, this guy, this is the Namdok May. He gets a B as well. He gets a B minus, actually. B minus. He didn't lose that arm, but he almost did. He lost half the arm. So he's lost half the arm, half the branch on the side here. But otherwise, yeah, fantastic. And did you notice he's not flopping? He's not doing this like the Palmer. He's perky. Why is he perky? Yeah. So it's all right. It's all good. So he gets a B. B. So we've had a couple of Bs, a couple of As, a couple of A pluses. And lastly, the other Sapodilla, which did get cold damage. And I don't understand why. This one, I mean, it's alive. It's alive, guys. But I'm really surprised after its second winter that it didn't fare better. But there is good news too. It's good news and bad news. The bad news, now the bad news, it could be my mistake. It could be just that it's dropping its old leaves. I don't know if these are old leaves, which it looks like they are, or it's cold damage. I don't know. It could be that it's just the old leaves dropping. Right? See how they're gone now? So if we got a windstorm, these would have fallen off by themselves. The reason they didn't fall off is because the frost cloth was preventing the wind from blowing these leaves off. Right? So now it looks perfect. Now the tree looks like it got an A+. So what do I give it, an A or a B? What would you guys give it? See? There they are. There's the leaves. So I'm thinking maybe that was just normal leaf drop. Yeah. And look at all the flowers how they've dried up from last season. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Oh, there you are. Yeah. So that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you from the next one. From these tropicals. And some of you might be thinking, show us what's in the greenhouse. You got to show us. I can't show you guys. It's bad news. None of the star apples or abiu survived. I'll show you that in another video, not today. All right, just wrapping it up. The other mango, which you already saw, just to put it in the video. That's the keat, and that's really floppy. Compare this with a Numdoc May. I don't know why, but I'm hoping it'll come out of its funk. The good news though is that it's pushing a lot of new growth on every tip, right? That's the good news. So I'm not too worried about the floppy leaves, because if it was going downhill, well, first of all, it would be going even more downhill, and it hasn't changed. In 2 weeks, it looks the same, and it wouldn't be pushing these new this new growth. That wouldn't be happening either if it was going downhill. So it looks like it's in a state of shock. That's the word. It's in shock. Yeah. All right. That's the video, guys. That's the Fuerte avocado. I gotta water that too. I got a lot of watering to do. When you see a tree with so many flowers, you can't ignore it. If you want fruit, you have to water the heck out of this, especially now in spring. In winter, it's a little different. You got to watch it in winter. Go by the rainfall. If you get rain, you don't water it. But this was a very dry, very, very dry winter, guys. Very dry. That's the cherry moya, which you already saw. Some of you probably didn't see the past video, right? Some of you watch every video religiously. So I've got different viewers, guys. Everyone is different. And that's it. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah. Okay, what else? Oh, I got to cover this loquat, because if I don't cover it, this is what happens, guys. This is what happens if I don't cover it. We're talking the nasty, nasty, nasty birds. See that? They're gonna get every single fruit. Every single fruit. They won't leave me one. Not even one. Yeah. So not fun. Not fun at all. Look. Look. Yeah, guys. For real. So welcome to gardening. It's not all fun. It's fun, but it's also annoying, frustrating. All right, guys. I'm gonna put a net on this, actually. That'll be the next thing I'll do. Over and out.